The 5th Annual Peace and Agricultural Conference 2018. Our journey begins in Berlin-Schönefeld and leads to 2 Baltic states of the Peace Bread Project. After landing in Riga, we continue our trip via bus to Estonia. While traveling about 5 hours to our destination in southern Estonia, along with the delegates from 13 European countries, we are rewarded with an enchanting view of vast rural areas far from the hustle and bustle. We reached the conference hotel Pyhäjärvi near the town of Otepää, our first destination in Estonia, the first of the 2 conference countries. It is located about 30 kilometers as the crow flies northeast of the Latvian border. But there is not much time remaining. The same evening, the Minister of Agriculture of Estonia, Mr. Tarmo Tamm, and his Latvian counterpart, Mr. Jānis Duklavs, greet the participants of the annual conference with their words of welcome.
Tere õhtust, daamid ja härrad! Tere tulemast siia kaunisse Lõuna-Eesti loodusse!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
The Estonian Rye King, Hans I, and his wife open the festive dinner.
I would like to thank our German friends. May the rye be with you. Thank you.
A special feature this year, the conference has 2 hosts for the first time and takes place across borders, both in Estonia and Latvia. This year also, the Peace Bread Association is continuing its tradition of appointing the Peace Bread ambassadors. In recognition of their many years of service to the European Peace Bread Network, Mr. Ruva Shank from Estonia and Mr. Arvids Krievins from Latvia are awarded with this special honor. The delegation will start early on September the 27th. On the way to the conference, the participants visit the Lutheran St. Mary's Church in Otepää. It is linked in a special way with the Estonian national flag. On June 4, 1884, the blue, black, white flag of the Estonian Student Association was consecrated at the church. It became a national flag, and a good century later, in 1991, it became the Estonian national flag.
There is no peace without bread, and no bread without peace.
Built in neo-Gothic style, St. Mary's Church is one of the 21 most interesting places in South Estonia. Another of these 21 places is also the highlight of the Estonian part of this year's conference, Sangaste Castle. Following the famous model of Windsor Castle, the Italian architect Otto Pius Hippius designed this castle in the south of Estonia. The castle, built at the end of the 19th century, is considered one of the most important examples of neo-Gothic in the Baltic states. The choice of venue was not difficult. Earl von Berg, as a former owner and famous rye grower, is the historic bridge to the Estonian Rye Association as Estonia's longtime civil society partner for peace and bread. In the midst of this beautiful atmosphere, the participants and representatives of the agricultural ministries and civil society partner organizations met for this year's exchange of views. 13 countries are represented with more than 90 participants. For the first time, guests from Finland and Ukraine attended, at the invitation of the Estonian and Latvian partners. The 5th European Annual Conference, Peace and Agriculture, has the motto, Regional and International Cooperation. Local means global. Minister Tarmo Tamm emphasized the importance of this motto with a quote from Henry Ford. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Tarmo Tamm also said, without trade, there is no lasting economic and social upswing. The first Vice President of the Estonian Parliament, N. Esma, underlines the importance of regional and international cooperation. Today, there is no country that can rely solely on itself and come out victorious, said N. Esma. The increasing global and European challenges of our time illustrate the need for initiatives such as the Peace Bread Network. Participants of the countries underline what international cooperation and trade mean for the agriculture of their home countries. As a special compensation, a visit to Niarik was on the agenda. Located to the east of the venue is a witch kingdom. After surviving the strict border control, there is no turning back. No delegate leaves the realm of the chief witch Uti without her consent, and not at all without the permission of the strict border guard. But have no fear of their evil curse, rather have a fun game of throwing the witch broom. Even die-hard football fans get to have their fun, even when sitting. If that's not enough, then Witch Uti heats things up with her witch dance. A part of agricultural tradition is the old Helenorma watermill. It was built in the 1880s north of Otepää. The technical equipment of the museum complex dates mainly from the year 1922 and is still functional today. The hostess opens the gate and the water flowing below the mill sets the old facilities in motion. No microchips, no digital, computerized systems play a part here. Hydropower alone allows the visitor to experience firsthand the production of flour, semolina, and finally the finished bread. Of course, with a warm and fragrant taste. The culinary highlight of the evening was the gala dinner on the Kivi Rural Tourism Farm south of the city of Otepää. Christoph Eichhorn, ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany and Estonia, knows how valuable the Peace Bread project is.
Also ich glaube, es ist sehr gut, dass immer mal neue Partner dazu kommen.
I believe that it is always very good when new partners join, just like now as the Ukraine and Finland have participated for the first time, because these types of informal contacts are very useful for exchanging ideas and getting a better sense of how fellow close neighbors in Europe tick in agricultural politics. And you can't make these experiences in Brussels or on the sideline at speeches. That is why such meetings are so very useful. And I am so very happy that our neighbors Estonia and Latvia, and next year Lithuania, continue the tradition. And I take great joy, of course, that this initiative, which originally started in Germany, is being so wonderfully continued.
Es freut mich natürlich, dass diese Initiative, die ursprünglich von Deutschland ausgegangen ist, sich so gut fortsetzt.
Rahul Guk, president of the Estonian Rye Association, presents the newly established Medal of Honor to the Partner Association Peace Bread, the first of its kind. On the third day of our visit, we leave the conference hotel early in the morning and drive back to the Latvian border. Between the Latvian village of Unguri and the Estonian Lili lies our next destination. At this place, the memorial site is located on the Baltic Road. On August 23, 1989, over 1 million people formed the longest known human chain from Vilnius in Lithuania through Riga in Latvia to Tallinn in Estonia. The aim of this peaceful protest was the desire from the three Baltic states for independence from the Soviet Union, an emblematic place where local politicians from both countries use symbolic gestures to underscore what they have achieved and the sense of togetherness. Joy among friends, a fitting place for the Peace Bread project. A fitting conclusion to this year's European Peace Bread Conference is the conference venue in Latvia, the second host country this year. The Latvian partners chose the historic watermill in Koni as a meeting place. It also serves as a museum and conference venue today.
Latvia, Estonia.
Together with his Latvian counterpart, Mr. Ruva Shank created a handmade rye bread. Impressed by the warmth in the bakery, the Ukrainian Deputy Minister for Agrarian Policy and Food, Mr. Viktor Sheremetyev, emphasizes the importance of international cooperation.
Звичайно, ті напрацювання, які є на
Global cooperation is as important as local. We have cooperation at the global and regional levels because it is the best way to overcome global barriers to agricultural markets that exist all over the world. We are proud to be able to help many people, for example in Pakistan and the Middle East, with food from Ukraine. A special idea of Arvid's Krivens was that all delegation participants could participate with their own brushstrokes in creating a painting which the Latvian host presented to the Peace Bread Society. Also, the symbol of the Peace Bread Conference as a souvenir engraved on a coin.
Das ist für Herrn Kienle, der nicht dabei sein kann heute. Super.
Deine oder Kienle?
Na, ich muss...
Last but not least, a Latvian representative presents the symbolic peace bread to the head of the Department of the Lithuanian Ministry of Agriculture, who will organize the 6th conference in 2019, together with the Lithuanian Chamber of Agriculture. The conference is coming to an end, a special conference that sets a clear example of the peaceful cooperation of two states in times of crisis, a strong signal for all members of the European Union and a clear signal to the world. Arvids Krivens, co-organizer of the 5th European Annual Conference, also emphasizes the close networking and cooperation that connects Latvia and Estonia.
Denn Estland und Lettland, die sind zwei Länder, die...
Estonia and Latvia are two countries which since centuries are working together. We have similar mentalities, we understand each other very well, and we also always enjoy exchanging ideas, even about daily tasks. I have colleagues in Tallinn I can always call on again and again, and vice versa. They can always call to me in Riga, and not only about peace bread activities, but also about everything that we do together. We understand each other very well. I wish for more new peace bread activities and understanding for all 12 countries. Maybe it is complicated, but maybe the project can be made even bigger.